The title of my spoken word piece is Arsenal. Help me tell your neighbor, listen to this piece. It's not the Arsenal. I do not see love movies. They are too boring for me. I do not see comedy movies either. I find myself sleeping halfway through them. I'm not the kind of person who loves confrontation, and I've never fought anyone my entire life. But I find myself strangely drawn to action-packed movies, especially where there's a crime to solve and a protagonist with cute eyes, beautifully carved beards, breathtaking muscles, and a handsome but confident smile. I love my protagonists cute and fit. I only recently knew they were called protagonists. All my life, as a Nigerian child, I have called the protagonist actor. See, I love the fights. I love the shotgun, silent guns, and sniper guns. But I especially love how my protagonist wields them. See, I have confidence in a protagonist that knows his arsenal. So through my anxiety, as I watch the criminal drag the actor's daughter into a dark room, though my heart skips as he ties her down on the chair and prepares to cut her throat off, I find hope dancing in the corners of my heart as the protagonist reaches the door. A calm but knowing smile tilts my lips because I know that my protagonist knows how to wield the armor at his disposal. See, he has the tactics with which to disarm the enemy and save his daughter from the cold hands of death. But imagine a day where the protagonist is unskilled, a total novice, completely oblivious of the mechanics required to operate the gun at his disposal. Imagine a day where he walks into a room to save his daughter from an enemy, but instead is overpowered by the criminal and shot dead. Imagine a day such as this. A day where the movie comes to an end even before it begins, not because the story wasn't written to favor the actor, but because he was unskilled. Well, I know what would happen. The director would scream, "Cut," and that choreographed fight would be taken again until the criminal ends on his back and the actor stands triumphant. But life is not a movie. Neither are life's battles choreographed. See, we are not fighting fellow actors. Neither do we have a director to cut our death scenes and call for a retake of moments lost to ill preparation. And there are no spectators here. Every breathing person is a foot soldier, and there are two sides. You're either in the kingdom of light or controlled by the kingdom of darkness. And this battle isn't out there somewhere in the sky. It's right where you sit, right between your ears, in the faculty called the mind. It's a battle, not physical but not fictional. It's a battle physically quiet but mentally engaging. It's a battle to bind the strong man and allow freedom reign in our spheres. And this strong man is not like the passive criminal in the movies hiding away, hoping not to be caught by the protagonist. See, this strong man brings the battle to you. He is active on Google, searching for a mind to devour. See, he tweets constantly like our minds were Twitter, and he drops thoughts on them. Tweeting constantly. He knows that he has a short time, so he tries to weaken our spiritual muscles, cripple our potential, and steal our purpose. He tries to keep us from reaching out and getting all that Christ said to occupy till he comes. But we are not disadvantaged in this all-important war. See, we are not fighting to get victory. We are fighting from victory to impose victory. And we are not fighting empty-handed. See, we have an arsenal. the best arsenal for this war, stocked with weapons nowhere near carnal. See, the fact that our weapons aren't physical doesn't mean they are fictional and lacking power. They are mighty through God for the pulling down of strongholds. See, we've been given defensive and offensive weapons with which to bind the strong man and let freedom reign in our spheres of influence. Truth, righteousness, peace, faith, and salvation are not just words. Stand enwrapped in truth, for only the truth you know will make you free. Righteousness is a breastplate. It will shield your heart from thoughts and feelings of worthlessness. You have worth. You have audience with the creator of the universe. Wear the shoes of the gospel of peace, spreading the footprint of the gospel everywhere you go. See, faith is a shield against which every arrow thrown at you falls away like wilted flower. Salvation is your helmet. It will keep your head held high and whole. So righteousness, truth, peace, faith, and salvation are not just words. They are your defensive weapon. And we have an offensive weapon, God's word. It's indispensable. See, God's word is God's sword. It is sharper than any physical two-edged sword. It stops the enemy in his tracks, keeps him on his back, and slices through his lies and schemes. And we deploy these words in the place of prayer. We know that in this case, silence isn't golden, it is deadly. So we declare the decrees of our King. We fall the walls of Jericho and occupy enemy territory with loud shouts. We employ the weapon of praying in tongues with confused noise and stammering tongues. We enforce the victories of our King. And because we understand that a soldier who is unskilled in wielding the weapon at his disposal is as good as dead, we train, we exercise, we dwell in the secret place of the Most High, abiding under the shadow of the Almighty. We are transformed into polished foot soldiers. We eat the bread of God's word and drink the cup of prayer, so that well fed and prepared, we do not faint in the face of adversity. No, we do not faint in the heat of battle, because our strength is not small.